Sophomore Gina Badalato and freshman Nicole Sleeth dominated in the circle this past weekend for the Colonials as the duo combined to disallow one earned run in 4 NEC games, helping the Robert Morris softball team to a 3-1 record. Robert Morris split a doubleheader with Bryant on Saturday as they dropped an extra inning decision in the opener before bouncing back with a 7-4 win in the nightcap. Sophomore Chelsea Sire was only retired once in 6 trips to the plate on the day as she went 3 for 4 with a homer, 2 walks, and 2 RBIs. Senior Jackie Timko joined Sire in tallying a homer and a multi-hit game in the nightcap. Robert Morris had everything clicking Sunday. Badalato and Sleeth combined to throw a no-hitter against Mount St. Mary's in a sweep in Maryland as the duo notched the 12th no-no in RMU history. While the pitchers were shutting down the Mountaineers, RMU's offense was on fire as it scored 12 runs and mashed out 17 hits in the opener, its highest total in the past 193 games. The Colonials also cruised to an 8-1 win in the nightcap. Senior Sarah Kapp led the way offensively as she went a combined 5 for 8 with a double, a steal, and 4 RBIs to move into fourth in a tie for 4th in single-season RBI. Freshman Samantha Santillo posted a homer and 4 RBIs against Mount St. Mary's, while Timko tallied her second homer in as many days. The Robert Morris men's lacrosse team punched its ticket for the second straight postseason by taking down defending NEC champion Mount St. Mary's 17-14 in league action Saturday afternoon. With the win, RMU clinched a berth for 4th team NEC tournament for the second consecutive year, while also taking down the Mountaineers for the first time ever. The Colonials performed well in most facets of the game, including having their offense remaining on a roll. RMU has now scored at least 15 goals in 4 consecutive games for the first time in program history. Robert Morris used 11-3 run over a 30-minute span in the middle of the contest to blow open a tie game. Redshirt junior Dave Morton tallied a team-high 6 points on the strength of 3 goals and 3 assists. Morton's 5th straight multi-goal game gave him 26 points in his last 5 outings. Junior Jake Hayes notched RMU's other hat-trick of the day and added an assist to post 4 points. Senior Kyle Matisse became just the 3rd Colonial ever to surpass 150 career points as he tallied 2 goals and an assist. He reset his career high for points in a season with 48, a mark which currently has him in 5th place in single-season RMU history. The Robert Morris women's lacrosse team split a pair of NEC games over the weekend, keeping the Colonials' playoff hopes alive heading into the final week of the regular season. RMU opened the weekend with a 9-14 loss at Central Connecticut State on Friday before wrapping up the weekend with a 9-6 win over Bryant on Sunday afternoon. Talia Waskowitz and Aaron Mossop paced RMU in Friday's loss, each tallying a hat trick to account for the 6 of the team's 9 goals. Lauren Roberts, Jessica Rutherford, and Emma Bachhages also scored for the Colonials in the weekend opener. Sunday would be a different story, though, for the Colonials, who jumped out to an early 3-0 lead on the Bulldogs and never looked back. RMU never tread on the win, which snapped a 3-game winless streak. Waskowitz would again lead the way with 2 goals and an assist, while Mossop and Courtney Sizixi would each net a pair of goals. Colleen O'Donnell, Kristen Uvine, and Mackenzie Lawler would also score in the weekend finale. The 5-goal performance over the weekend by Mossop earned the Colonials newcomer her 3rd NEC Women's Lacrosse Rookie of the Week honor, and Robert Morris's 5 overall weekly accolade of the season. Caitlin Pence earned a split over the weekend in net for the Colonials, combining for 9 saves. The Robert Morris University men's golf team ran away from the field to win the 2012 Mount St. Mary's Spring Invitational Tuesday. The Colonials had the lowest team score in each of the final 2 rounds to win the event by 13 strokes, finding a 3-round score of 887. RMU also had the 3 of the 6 lowest individual scores at Littleton's Quail Valley Golf Club, highlighted by a pair of 3 under par rounds from freshman Ryan Proke. Proke's round of 69 came in the second 18 holes, giving him temporary hold of first place. Proke equaled his best finish in a collegiate tournament to date, tying for 3rd place with 221. Junior Brandon Papiani garnered his best finish of the year by tying for 5th place with a total score of 6 over par. The junior opened play with a 72 before posting a 75 in each of the events of the final 2 rounds. Classmate Max Can closed out a trio of RMU players in the top 10 with a 7th place finish. He closed out the tournament with the event's 4th lowest score, a 1 under par 71. He shot 77 and 76 in the first 2 rounds to finish with a 224 total. The Robert Morris University women's golf team tied Central Connecticut State for first place at the 2012 Mount St. Mary's Spring Invitational, as both teams used 947 strokes during the 54-hole event. Sophomore Allie Everman led RMU from start to finish, shooting a final round of 80 to claim third place with a 237 total. She shot 79 and 78 in the first 2 rounds. Senior Elizabeth Langer tied the lowest round of the tournament by firing a 2 over par round of 74 Tuesday. She vaulted herself into 5th place as she accumulated 242 strokes for the event. Junior Tess Wolf earned her second consecutive top 10 showing with a 247 total that resulted from rounds of 78, 83, and 86. The Robert Morris men's outdoor track and field team continued its 2012 campaign this past weekend by hosting the annual Benny Benson Memorial Invitational at the RMU Score Center on Neville Island. Highlighting the meet for the Colonials was junior Charles Turner Diaz, who claimed the individual titles in both the discus and the hammer throw. In the discus, Turner Diaz posted a mark of 16.07 meters, good enough to qualify for the IC4A ECAC Championships. He posted a tally of 49.91 meters in the hammer throw to win the event. Turner Diaz was one of 7 student athletes to win an individual championship at the Benny Benson Memorial Invitational, including one of 3 Colonials to win a pair of events. Sophomore Chris Carper won both the 400-meter dash and the 110-meter hurdles, while sophomore Abraham Roy won both the 100-meter and 200-meter dashes. The Robert Morris women's outdoor track and field team also competed in its lone home event of the 2012 season with the Benny Benson Memorial Invitational at the RMU Island Sports Complex. A total of 10 different Colonials earned individual championships at the meet, including a pair from senior Hillary Monger. She posted a time of 14.97 seconds in the 100-meter hurdles, as well as a final tally of 1 minute 5.32 seconds in the 400-meter hurdles to win both events. In the pole vault, junior Casey Folga posted her best season mark with a leap of 3.48 meters, while sophomore Yulia Vasileva tied a season high in the high jump with a tally of 1.7 meters. Sophomore Rachel Catula also came through with a season best performance in the javelin, winning the individual championship thanks to a toss of 41.25 meters. The Robert Morris University men's tennis team split a pair of Northeast Conference matches last weekend in one of its final tune-ups for the 2012 NEC Championships. The Colonials dropped a 5-2 decision at Monmouth before rebounding to earn a 5-1 win at St. Francis, New York. Sophomore Agnes Thompson and junior Annie Corrillo each went 2-0 in singles action to pace RMU. Thompson defeated Lawrence Heads of Monmouth 7-5 and 6-1, and also earned a 6-0, 6-1 win over the Terriers. Corrillo, meanwhile, came through with a 7-6, 6-4 victory over Carl Jelinski of the Hawks before earning a 7-5, 7-5 win over Tita Muba of St. Francis, New York. Robert Morris enters 2012 NEC tournament as the number 7 seed and will square off against number 2 Quinnipiac Friday morning. In one of its final tune-ups for the 2012 Northeast Conference Championships, the Robert Morris University women's tennis squad swept a pair of league road matches last weekend, posting a 4-3 win at Monmouth and a 5-0 triumph at St. Francis, New York. Sophomore Carolina Texiera highlighted the weekend for the Colonials, going 2-0 in the number 1 singles fight to improve to 11-8 overall on the 2011-12 campaign, including a perfect 5-0 in NEC play. Texiera defeated Nicole Lippens of the Hawks 6-1 and 6-0, followed by a 6-1, 6-2 victory over Iwa Apida of the Terriers. Texiera's 11 victories at the number 1 singles spot are the most since former Colonial Nora Peters went 17-5 in the flight during 1999-2000 season. Robert Morris enters the 2012 NEC tournament as the 6th seed and will face number 3 seed Sacred Heart Friday morning. The Robert Morris women's rowing team continued its 2012 spring season this past weekend by competing in the Necht Cup in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Highlighting the races for the Colonials was RMU Novice 4 boat, which won its heat before placing 6th in the semifinals. In that boat featured freshmen Heather Hodge, Brianna Healier, Kristen Frey, Rebecca Pecora, and Lauren Moriandon. Robert Morris posted a time of 8 minutes 32.50 seconds in its winningest heat, over 4 seconds better than Villanova. That same group also made up part of the novice 8 group that finished 4th in its heat and 6th in the semifinals, while both RMU varsity 4 boats finished 6th in their respective heats. The Colonials will return to the waters Saturday with the Car du Pit Romo, which takes place in the Washington Landing section of Pittsburgh.